Hi, this is Laurent from Beyond, and today I would like to share some information about a new way of using Krea and Flux. The objective is actually to use multiple images to blend together and come up with a new result. And as it happens, I've been told today that Google came up with Whisk that does more or less the same thing. So it's the perfect opportunity to test both of them and see how they differ. So let's start with Whisk. So start from scratch. In here you can see that you can choose between, you have a subject, scene and style. You can choose between entering a text or an image for each one of them. So let's go with an image. I will start with something different related to a project of mine. So here I'll go with a character called Brittany. This one is too large, so I have to take another one. Here you go. And I would like her to merge with a scene where you have a spaceship. Let's go with this one. I can add a style, which I won't do now, and then you have here a prompt where can you add additional contents. So I will keep the prompt very basic, saying woman standing near a spaceship on a desert planet. And I will copy this one to use on Krea. So hold on. Here you go, and I generate. In here you can see that you can actually add additional pictures as subjects and additional pictures for the scenes, which we won't be doing now. No style. Let's go to Krea. So in here, a difference already is that with Krea you can choose the format of the picture. Let's go for that one. And this is actually something new that they added recently, that we can use image as reference. So here again, let's go for the same. You have Brittany. Then we add the spaceship. Here we go. Let's have a look at Whisk in the meantime. Not there yet. Now something that is very interesting with Krea is that, well, first of all, you're limited to 2 images, but you can add weight to it. So basically, more weight you add to each of those pictures, more impact you will have on the end results. So if, for instance, I will put for the two of them 70 or 72. Up, let's go. It starts generating. One advantage and one of the reasons I like so much Krea is the speed with which you create content. So here, as you can see, it combined both the spaceship image and the character in the same image. Of course, it's not identical, but still, it's especially this one, those two look quite good. Let's have a look at Whisk. Here you have Whisk, which is still busy with the second picture. Here you go. So as you can see, Krea keeps more or less the same style, whereas Whisk replaces it with a more cartoonish style. You can of course change the content here by generating by using a prompt or using another picture to restyle it. So let's take again this one and let's see how it will impact the end result. Now, what's interesting again in all of them is that you can refine. You can even see the final prompt that you can adapt and regenerate afterwards. In here, we can play with the weights. So let's say that I would like to have more impact with this one. I would put at 86 and her a little bit because I would like to change her style. I would put it at 64. Generate. So it loaded the image, generate again. And one plus, again, for Krea is the speed. However, as you can see here, actually in all of them, is that the size of the lady is big in comparison to the spaceship. And when we look at Krea, at Whisk, it makes somewhere more sense. So in here, what happens if we increase now her size, her weight, and reduce this one, like this? Of course, in order to have better quality and have the right size of the person, we have to change the prompt. Now this is interesting, as you can see, because I'm going here below 70, 0.7. This image has little impact. Actually, I've noticed while using Krea is that if you really want to have an impact by one of those pictures, you have to keep them above 0.7. So I'll put this one on 0.72. And as you can see, you start having an impact. But because this one has a transparent background, the result is a little bit odd, though not that bad. Her style looks a lot like the original one. When we go to Whisk, which is still busy. Okay, while this one works, I will show you something else, how we can use it in another way. I will delete those two. And I will use two spaceships. And here we'll just keep a spaceship on a desert planet. Whisk. Still busy. Sure. Let's put another one. Here you go. So what I want to do here is using one spaceship that is more or less Star Wars style and another which is not, and blend them to get something new. One new spaceship combining features of both. So in here I've put both of them at 0.4, so you already have some details, but it's quite different. So if we want to have more impact, let's put this one on 0.8 and 0.7. And you can see that it looks a bit like the original one, except that you have elements, the white elements coming from the second spaceship. Imagine on the contrary, I want to have this one quite more visible. I replace both weights, and then you can see that the spaceship is rounder, but you have yellow elements, and as you can see, those are actually coming from this one. And in some cases, you have some very nice, cool models. Actually, I like the four of them. So this is something that is very interesting by trying to create something new using existing pictures. While Whisk is busy, I will do another one. Let's try doing it with humans. So here you go. Again, if we look at the style, while the pictures have changed a little bit, the style hasn't. And this is one of the defaults I found with Whisk, is that you have to give them more information about the styling in the prompt. Also, the clothes of the lady have changed much more than in Krea. It's another design, but it's nice too. Now let's try doing the same with both spaceships. So I had spaceship 1. And let's put here, I don't know if it works in this case. No, so I will put it in the scene. Come on. There you go. A spaceship. While it's loading, let's go back to Krea. Let's add Elon Musk. Imagine that Trump and Musk had a baby. Let's see how it looks like, as an adult, of course, in this case. So let's put some more weight on Trump. Here you go. Oh, I forgot to change the... As you can see, it has actually less... stronger the weight, less impact has the prompt. Okay, as you can see here, 88 is quite strong as weight, so let's put a little bit lower. Trump's DNA is extremely powerful, apparently. Let's do the opposite. There you go. So by putting more weight on Elon Musk, you have a sort of blend of both character. And of course, more you play with the weight, more impact it will have. We can also try to make him younger. Let's try like this and see if it does anything. Not much, maybe a bit on the skin, but not much. How are we at whisk? Okay. Ah, I'm still with the spaceships here. That's the difference in speed between Krea and Whisk. So, as you can see, you can merge. And let's see if I merge a man and a woman. I mean, today everything is possible. Up. Okay, let's put a bit more weight on her. Here you go. Okay, that's interesting. So, as you can see here, the style is indeed based on her clothes, the hair style. It's a bit more Asian because on this picture the person looks a bit more Asian. And if we do the opposite, we'll have a more feminine Musk. Younger Musk. So that's one way to create new characters, by blending existing characters of different styles. Actually, this one is a real picture, this one isn't, and yet it creates some nice content. Moreover, in Krea you can also use additional styles, a bit the same way as in Whisk. So imagine we use... Okay, let's go for that. Let's see if it does anything. In the meantime, Whisk, still busy. For all of you watching, Krea is a really good platform, especially for its speed. So here you go. You have this character, a bit older again, but cartoonish. If we change, we put Britney at 86 and him at 74. We get following results. Okay, with the big boots, looks funny. small body, small frame comparison to his legs. Uh, so imagine you would like to create a Star Wars character who is not from Star Wars. You combine an existing character with someone that is totally unrelated, and you create that way new characters. And Whisk, still waiting. Here we go. The first one arrives. So for those I made a mistake and I wrote man instead of spaceship. So as you can see, because the prompt was very basic, it has impact actually, adding a person. Let's see, in here I put a spaceship, so as you can see you don't have a man in addition to it. Now unlike Krea, you cannot put weight on the different images, though you can adapt each image um, prompt in order to have some impact on it. So I would say it really depends. And again, as you can see, the style of the image, which this is more like CGI, is absolutely not the same. Though you can again adapt it in here. These are nice. Um, let's try now with people, and you will see it doesn't work the same way as with Krea. Also, if you notice in here, this one has indeed merged both spaceships. This one has created two separate spaceships. Let's put nothing. Let's see how it does. And in here, if I add a subject and I delete the scene and I put here Elon instead, and see how we change the impact, how it impacts it differently. Here you go. First merger of Elon and Trump. And here the second one. I do wonder what happens if we reverse. Come on, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's delete this one and put him afterwards. Again, as you can see, the image itself, very different style. If you put both people or both spaceships in the as subjects, it will automatically merge them. If you put the one person in subject and one person as a scene, they will put them one next to the other. Let's try it with a third character. Up, we put Brittany. That is one advantage that Whisk has, is that you can put more visuals, more more elements. In addition, you can differentiate between a subject and a scene. Actually, I put her in scene instead of subject, but doesn't matter. So here you can see it. I switched both of them, and he didn't merge them. But this guy is they're actually the same. This is interesting. So basically, Whisk remembered my previous version and did like just add in addition Musk as a character. Let's see with her together, and then we can make one. So when you look at the picture on Krea, it uses Flux. Whisk uses Google's model, which I don't remember the name. Here you go. She doesn't look very happy to be between both of them, but anyway. um, this guy looks more like this one. So it's not really the end result, as you can compare, is not the same. So what are the advantages actually of both of them? First of all, Krea is extremely fast, as you can see. It's limited by only using 2 images, but it has this amazing capability of using weight, and by choosing the weight, giving more impact to one or the other image, well, you have more control on the merger, the fusion that you have between the images. I also like more the fact that it keeps the same style, the original style of the pictures used. And if you use pictures, one that is like a cartoon and the other one is CGI, depending on the weight, it will use more one or the other. So Krea is extremely interesting on that part. The main advantage of Whisk is the fact that you can go over two pictures, and that you can have a subject, a scene, and a style. Well, the style you also have for Krea, so basically subject and scene. And what I like less is that the blending itself doesn't work as well as Krea, and the fact that it changes style. On the other hand, it works better if you want to have more characters one next to the other. Where Krea is weaker, it will tend to merge both characters to make a new one. So that was it. I'm still experimenting from my side using Whisk. With Krea, I've already created quite a lot of content using this method. So I invite you to test it. Whisk is for free for now. Will be more difficult to access in the EU, same as with Sora. And this is, by the way, why I'm using Opera. For those who don't know, Opera offers a free VPN that you can use to access this or Sora. And Krea, yeah, well, it's one of my favorite platforms that I'm using daily. So that's it. Well, enjoy it and have a great day.